Look around you. Every towering skyscraper, every breathtaking bridge, every sanctuary of peace began not with a clamor, but with a blueprint. A quiet, precise, detailed vision. And behind every blueprint, there stood an architect, not shouting, not reacting, but drawing with deliberate intention, envisioning the masterpiece before any brick was laid. Many of us live lives that feel like chaotic construction sites. We're constantly reacting to external demands, piling on materials without a plan, trying to build amidst the deafening noise of others' expectations. We chase approval, defend our choices, and engage in every argument, believing that loudness equates to progress. But the deepest, most resilient structures are built in silence, stillness, and profound focus. Today, we're going to reconnect with your inner architect. We're going to learn how to step back from the frantic pace, quiet the external noise, and return to the sacred blueprint of your life. When you finish this journey with me, you'll understand that true strength isn't found in the loudest voice, but in the unwavering hand that crafts your destiny, brick by deliberate brick, in the quiet solitude of purpose. Every magnificent structure begins with a moment of quiet conception. Before the steel rises, before the concrete is poured, there is a blueprint. This blueprint is not loud, it is precise. It is a vision meticulously drawn in stillness. In the grand construction of your life, your peace, your core values, and your highest intentions form your sacred blueprint in a world that constantly bombards us with noise, endless notifications, the roar of social media, the clamor of opinions. We lose touch with this essential design phase. We get caught up in the demolition and renovation of other people's projects, trying to fit our unique structures into their flawed frameworks. We feel compelled to explain every design, choice, to defend every aesthetic decision, to justify every material we select. But a true architect doesn't consult the entire city on every line drawn. They consult their vision, their expertise, and their blueprint. This is the power of stepping back and getting quiet. It's not about avoiding the world. It's about reclaiming your internal design studio. It's about muting the external chatter so you can hear the whispers of your own intuition, the subtle lines of your authentic purpose. When you stop chasing the approval of the crowd, when you cease trying to explain your architectural choices to those who lack the vision to understand, that's when the real work begins. Consider the historical marvels that stand the test of time, the pyramids, ancient temples, enduring cathedrals. They weren't built in a day, nor were they designed by popular committee. They were conceived in deliberate, often solitary, genius, reflecting a deep understanding of principles, a quiet confidence in their purpose. When you silence the need to react, to clap back, to defend your narrative against every critic, you are demonstrating a profound strength that most will never grasp. People might call your stillness aloof or distant. They might say you've changed, and they are absolutely right. You have changed, you've matured, you've realized that the strength of your structure isn't proven by winning arguments, but by the quiet, unshakable integrity of your foundation. This is the maturity of the inner architect, the freedom that comes from knowing your blueprint so intimately you no longer need external validation. Your silence, your intentional withdrawal from the superficial noise, is a declaration of your commitment to your masterpiece. It's a deliberate choice to prioritize the integrity of your design over fleeting pride, to value foundational strength over momentary validation. Don't let anyone mistake your quiet focus for weakness. The architect who can ignore the immediate clamor to meticulously craft their blueprint is the one building a legacy that will truly endure. Once the blueprint is clear, the next critical phase begins, laying the foundation. This is the unseen work, the digging, the reinforcing, the precise measurements that happen below the surface, often in solitude. In your life's construction, these are the quiet, disciplined efforts you make when no one is watching, the internal battles you win, and the self-control you cultivate. The world often praises the visible structure, the gleaming facade, the grand entrance, but the true strength lies in the foundation meticulously laid in the quiet moments of dedication. This is where your clarity comes from. When you stop expending energy on external noise, you begin to hear the deep truths, the subtle shifts, the vital instructions from your inner core. The construction site of life is loud. Opinionated foremen, distracting machinery, constant demands. But truth, real truth, does not shout. It whispers. It waits for the quiet spaces, for the stillness to reveal itself. This is why those who constantly crave external stimuli rarely find true peace. Peace resides in the tranquil corners, in the moments of deep listening. When you embrace this silence, you begin to discern what truly matters, who genuinely supports your vision, and what truly deserves your precious time and energy. Most importantly, you discover who you are when stripped of the audience, the performance, the need for applause. This is the authentic inner architect, the one who builds from a place of unshakable confidence, not insecurity. You don't need to shout to make your presence felt. Your calm, consistent action speaks volumes. Weak builders talk about what they'll construct. Strong ones quietly, consistently, powerfully lay the bricks. And when the structure is complete, the world notices, not because you announced it, but because you showed it. This is the enduring legacy built in silence, not a performance, but a solid foundation. Still waters run deep. This wisdom applies profoundly to your soul. The deeper your internal reservoirs, the less external noise you produce. A storm rarely rages in a shallow puddle, but when the ocean is calm, its power is immense. This is the kind of stillness you cultivate. Grounded, unshaken, rooted in self-control. People will try to provoke you, to test your resolve, to pull you into their chaotic construction zones. But when you remain steadfast in your quiet work, holding onto your peace, you earn the highest form of respect, not just from others, but from the architect within. You learn that not every disturbance deserves your reaction. Not every invitation to chaos deserves your presence. Silence unsettles those who thrive on noise, forcing them to confront their own internal cacophony. When you stop engaging in their drama, when you cease trying to explain your boundaries, you send a clear message. I have outgrown this construction site, and true growth, like the silent deepening of roots, is profound and unyielding. As your foundation strengthens, it's time to raise the walls, to define your sacred space, to establish boundaries, and to protect your masterpiece from external intrusions. This phase is about discerning who gets access to your construction site and who needs to remain outside the perimeter. We are often taught that generosity means unlimited access, that kindness demands constant availability, but a wise architect knows that not everyone has earned the right to step onto their sacred building grounds. Your presence, your energy, your time, these are not general admission tickets. They are privileged passes, reserved for those who truly respect your vision and contribute to its integrity. You've likely spent too much time trying to explain your evolving design to those committed to misunderstanding it. You've opened the gates to individuals who only created clutter or chaos. But now you understand. Some people are simply noise on your blueprint, and you are not obligated to entertain their disruptions. To protect your peace means saying no, being misunderstood, and walking away even when your heart aches. This is not coldness. It is careful self-preservation. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They are about filtering what is real from what is not. They are the walls that separate genuine collaborators from opportunistic distractions, loyal supporters from those who only take. You don't know your vulnerability, your stories, or your sacred spaces to those who haven't earned your trust. Some people want access only to gather your blueprints and twist them, to use your softness as leverage, or to redefine your strength on their terms. This isn't about becoming bitter, it's about becoming wiser, stronger, and more grounded in your own architectural purpose. When peace becomes your priority, subtraction becomes sacred. You stop over-explaining. You stop chasing closure from incomplete projects. You stop answering calls that only bring confusion and instability. Your peace is a precious resource, and when you treat it as such, your life shifts profoundly. You wake with clarity, move with intention, and stop seeking validation from those who never truly saw the blueprint of your worth. You will lose people when you start protecting your peace. But let them go. If your peace offends them, they were never meant to stay. True connections don't thrive on chaos. Genuine friendships don't leave you drained. If someone is upset because you chose your well-being over their comfort, that is their burden, not yours. Your peace is non-negotiable. This period of building your walls, of setting boundaries, may feel isolating. But remember the caterpillar, transformation happens alone, in the dark, in stillness. Your personal evolution won't be televised. It happens in the quiet moments of confronting your triggers, healing old wounds, and recognizing the cages you once called comfort. These moments of quiet fortitude are the cost of elevation. Your silence isn't a punishment, it's preparation. It's where the deepest transformation occurs, allowing the real you, the inner architect, to rise, formed and solid as your structure nears completion. The final phase begins, the final polish. This is where your focus sharpens, allowing for a seamless flow of energy, leading to a vibrant, enduring legacy. This isn't about ignoring distractions. It's about seeing clearly what matters most in the grand design of your life. When your mind is scattered, your spirit becomes weary, and your construction site falls into disarray. But when your focus is rooted in the truth of your blueprint, you move with purpose, speak with conviction, and walk with an unshakable power. Focus isn't about closing your eyes to the world. It's about a sacred vision, seeing beyond the noise, beyond temporary trends, beyond external expectations. When you lock into your purpose, when you stay aligned with what you were created to build, that is when everything shifts. Your soul rises to meet your destiny. Alignment is not an accident, it's a deliberate act of focus. It happens when your values, your daily choices, and your overall direction move in harmonious concert. The world is loud, filled with temptations and chaos. But truth doesn't scream, and purpose doesn't shout. They whisper. If you're not focused, you'll miss them, the signs, the opportunities, the divine timing that reveals itself only to the still and the present. Focus is how you hear the subtle instructions in a world full of clamor. It's how you remember your core blueprint when everything else tries to distract you from it. This level of focus comes with a cost, comfort, convenience, and sometimes relationships that no longer serve your evolving design. You cannot be everything for everyone and still remain aligned with your unique architectural assignment. Focus demands boundaries and discipline. It requires releasing harmful patterns and misplaced priorities. And in that letting go, true strength is born, allowing your structure to rise unhindered. As your focus sharpens, life begins to clarify. What once felt confusing starts to make sense. Blockages begin to dissolve, not because you pushed harder, but because your spirit finally aligned with the level of your calling. You don't have to chase what's meant for you when you're in alignment. It flows towards you, meeting your focused energy. People may remark on your transformation, noting your newfound distance or calm. They are right, you have changed. Once you understand the stakes of your own masterpiece, you stop playing small. You cease operating in spaces that drain your energy. You stop over-explaining to those who are determined to misunderstand your vision. Focus refines you, helping you distinguish the urgent from the truly important. You move from reactivity to responsiveness, from scattered hustle to intentional harmony. This is when alignment truly feels like home, when your inner peace mirrors your outer actions, when your daily choices reflect your highest values, and when your purpose shines through every single detail of your life's magnificent structure. When you're truly focused, you don't crave external validation or applause. You know, the diligent work you're doing in private will manifest in public when the time is right. Focus teaches patience and trust, reminding you that just because your masterpiece isn't complete yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Let others chase trends, you stay grounded in truth. Let others seek attention, you move with purpose. Let others wander aimlessly, you stay rooted, aware, intentional. This is the difference between distraction and discipline, between noise and necessity, between confusion and your true calling. This focus protects your peace. It prevents you from giving your precious time and energy to anything that doesn't serve the grand design of your destiny, because not every building material belongs in your masterpiece. So, inner architect, when life gets quiet, do not panic. Lean into it, embrace it, trust that something sacred is being built beneath the surface. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. You are not being forgotten, you are being formed. Let the crowd go. Let the distractions fade. Let the silence shape you. Because in that stillness, your true power is being born. And when you emerge from this season, you won't just survive. You'll realize that your quiet isolation wasn't your breakdown, it was your breakthrough. You won't need to explain your silence or justify your boundaries. Because true transformation doesn't need an announcement. The people who are meant to understand will feel your strength the moment you enter the room. They'll sense the depth of your foundation, the clarity of your design, and the quiet power of your purpose. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Let them miss the old, chaotic version of you. Because the one emerging now doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't break. This one builds. This one stands firm. This one walks with clarity and intention, creating an unshakable masterpiece of a life.